Radio.
Six Music.
Right now, it's Marianne Hobbs.
Good morning, it's Marianne Hobbs. This is BBC Radio 6 Music. We have a world-exclusive premiere of the first new music from The Cure in 16 years on the show today. This is the very first taste of their new album, Songs of a Lost World. The new song is titled Alone, and it will play for the very first time on this programme between now and 1 p.m. So if you are a fan of The Cure or you know one, please let them know. There are so many different ways to listen. You can do it on a smart speaker. You can do it on the BBC Sounds app, up online at bbc.co.uk/6music, or on a digital radio. So sending a very special shout out to all the Cure fans incoming for the very first play of the band's new song Alone, which is happening on this programme before 1 o'clock today. I want to shout out Simon, who's been in touch to say it just feels so right to hear it on air on the radio for the first time. A shout to Stuart, who's listening in Australia, to Wild Deb, who says waking up has just been so easy today, and to Mild Wood Swings too, who says the entire Cure community is so excited, Marianne. So sending a special shout out to RG, who's listening in Greece today, who says, I've been a huge fan of The Cure since the age of 12, just cannot wait to hear that new song. And a shout too to Jason, to Julius and to Julie up in North London, dressed head to toe in black, they say, especially for this event today. And we are moving closer moment by moment to the play of brand new material by The Cure, their first in 16 years on BBC Radio 6 Music today. So a shout to Daria, listening in Belgium, a Cure fan for 30 years, she says. We have Carla from Thornton in Lancashire on side. She says, I have loved them since I was 15 years old. What a monumental day. Jake the Carpenter is with us, saw them live in Birmingham 2 years ago and just says the Cure are the best band on the planet. And a shout to all of the band's fans who are listening internationally too. So everybody in Argentina, Ivan in Mexico, Ruben in Portugal, and Hovenard, who's waiting all alone in the Netherlands for this moment. Ever closer we march. So we're going to play David Bowie next. One of Robert Smith's favourite tracks. Robert actually told Rolling Stone that he wished he'd written it. He was 12 years old when it was first released, and I want to send it out to him today. This is Life on Mars. David Bowie, Life on Mars, especially for Robert Smith today. New music from The Cure, just moments away on BBC Radio 6 Music. So it's Marianne Hobbs, this is BBC Radio 6 Music. Welcome to all of the Cure fans from all over the world joining us to share this beautiful moment. All of us coming together to hear the first new music from The Cure in 16 years. The song is titled Alone. It's the first track from a new album, Songs of a Lost World, which is due out on November the 1st. And Robert Smith says, Alone is the track that unlocked the record. As soon as we had that piece of music recorded, I knew it was the opening song, and I felt the whole album come into focus. I'd been struggling to find the right opening line for the right opening song for a while, working with the simple idea of being alone always in the back of my mind, this nagging feeling that I already knew what the opening line should be. As soon as we finished recording, I remembered the poem Dregs by the English poet Ernest Dowson, and it was in that moment that I knew the song and the album were real. It's such a joy to bring this music into the world for the very first time on 6 Music today. The Cure, Alone. From the album Disintegration of 1989, it's The Cure with Fascination Street. So The Cure's new album, Songs of a Lost World, is due out on November the 1st. It was written and arranged by Robert Smith, and he co-produced and mixed the record with Paul Corquette. Robert also created the concept for the sleeve art, and Andy Vella, a long-time collaborator, has created the art and design. And, you know, in this moment, I think it would be a dereliction of duty not to play that new track one more time. So here it is on BBC Radio 6 Music, Alone. Brand new music from The Cure, Alone on BBC Radio 6 Music today, a world premiere. I want to shout out Thomas, who's listening in Warsaw in Poland, who says, I listen almost every day to the programme, but today is such a special experience. I shout to Aurora, who's locked in Rome, who says, Alone is sending shivers down my spine, just dealing with so many emotions right now. Love, love, love The Cure. I shout to Marcine, who's locked in Warsaw today, who says 16 years of hoping, 16 years of waiting for this glorious new music from one of the best bands in the world. Tony M is with us. He says, surely I can't be the only one with tears in my eyes listening to this incredible new music from The Cure today. Lara is with us. She says, listening with my arms wrapped around myself in the office. And a shout too to Matthew in North Kelsey, who is standing stock still in the laundrette as the new track plays. So The Cure, back home with us after 16 years. So it's Marianne Hobbs. If you are just coming in, I need to let you know that you've just missed the world exclusive premiere of brand new material from The Cure, their first track in 16 years. It's titled Alone, but if you have a smart speaker, you can tell it to reload 6 Music at 12 noon, or of course you can do that on the BBC Sounds app too. And I just want to say thank you so much for all the love coming in internationally. A shout to Danny, who says, just feeling like a teenager listening to The Cure on the radio today. A shout to Una in Costa Rica, to the doctor up in Glasgow, Julia in Madrid, to Daria and her 19-year-old son listening in Antwerp today, and to the DO who says, Robert sounding timeless on that new track, Alone. Sending my love and my thanks to all the fans of The Cure who joined us internationally today. Such an exciting moment to share that new track, Alone, with you. A world exclusive premiere on 6. Thank you, Robert Smith, for trusting us with that moment.